due to the overwhelming response to the video that I posted about those horrible agents that use ChatGPT to write their listings, I am now posting this video to talk about how you should write your MLS listing descriptions. And if you're new here, my name is Sandy McAlpine. I run 2 high-performing teams in North and South Carolina, and I have sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes, especially listings, and I had to learn how to write ad copy, especially copywriting for homes during the recession when things took almost 2 years to sell. You had to get people really engaged on the listing back then because they had hundreds of homes they could look at. And so your home had to sound compelling, and you had to attract people to come want to show your listing. I know a lot of you real estate agents aren't even being trained these days on any of this because a lot of you got your license when things were flying off the shelves and you didn't have to worry about your copy writing because people needed homes so bad. As soon as it hit the market, it was all pretty much sold, right? But now in some areas, homes are sitting 3 to 6 months on average, and sellers are getting a little lulu and going delusional and getting a little crazy, firing their agents. They don't know what's going on. Why aren't they getting any showings, right? There's not as many buyers in the market right now due to a lot of factors. We won't get into that on this video. But with that being said, if you want your listing to shine, here are some tips I can give you to make your listing stand out. Number 1, ask your sellers why they bought it. What was the 1 or 2 features that sold them on the home? That should absolutely be in your description. Number 2, what are all the upgrades and all the things that they did to the home since they bought it? Why is this important? Why should you say that in the description? And how much they spent? If they spent 30, 40, 50,000, I might put that in the description. Why would I put that? Well, because the buyer can see how much Tom and Harry or whatever paid for the home. Okay? They can see how much they paid for the home and how long they've had the home, and they can see the previous description. So wouldn't it be important to market what's been done to the home since the new sellers bought it? And what's important to people these days? They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on the biggest investment of their lives. Wouldn't you want to put in the description if the property had new windows, new HVAC, new roof? Like really important things, like if you put in a custom mud room, maybe you should say that. Epoxy floors in the garage, a fenced yard. I am seeing so many buyers with pets these days, and a fenced yard is absolutely critical and a must. And believe it or not, I want you to go and look at a Zillow listing. I said this in another video. Go look at a Zillow listing right now. You're going to see 5 photos. And you're going to see this much of a description. It's literally like the first 2 or 3 sentences, and that's it. Then you have to click view more. The only way that you're going to see fenced yard and all the other stuff I just told you about is if you scroll all the way down through the listing. So if you don't have me on the photos and you don't have me on the first few sentences, I'm going to swipe to the next property. Okay? I am like other buyers. I buy investment properties too. So if your first 5 photos are of the front of the house, the side of the house, the front door, the entryway, you lost me. The first 5 photos should be the 5 most important features that the sellers just told you the reasons why they bought the home. So if it's an intercoastal home with a dock, with a huge garage, that's probably what I'm going to say. And I'm also going to say 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,000 square feet, whatever, all in the first minute. Things that I think the buyer would think are important, right? Wouldn't you say they're important? Also, why wouldn't you want your listing to stand out? So if you are a neighborhood expert, if you know everything about the neighborhood and you get this listing, you absolutely know how it compares with the rest of the neighborhood, or you should. And so if it was one of the only few ranch homes, 1-level homes in the neighborhood with one of the biggest lots, because you were supposed to know the neighborhood, you should absolutely say that. How does this home compare to the other homes already on the market? You should be looking at the active competition and see how many days on market they're sitting there and what their horrible ChatGPT flowy listing descriptions look like, and not do that. Don't do the things that the home sitting on the market for 6 months is doing. And absolutely explain why your home is better than all the other homes for sale. And you will get more showings. I promise you, I guarantee you, every single time.